Congratulations for making it to civil services interview.
Thank you. Thank
How
you.
was your interview?
It was good. The marks will tell how it was actually, but in my experience, it was very different from mocks. The questions were not what I expected them to be, but I think that's what UPSC is. It never fails to surprise you.
Okay, UPSC never fails to surprise you. Could you introduce us about yourself and your education background?
Yes, surely. My name is Krishnadeep. I am from Baramati in Maharashtra. I have graduated with an MBBS degree from GMC Kolhapur, and I've been preparing for this exam since last 4 years, where I gave 4 attempts. This was my third mains and first interview.
How do you feel having the first interview?
It's very exciting. The whole atmosphere over here is very exciting. The UPSC building has its own charm, and all the sitting outside the room, it's very gives you anxiety chills, and also full like you're very excited.
Were you nervous? Given the fact that you're a doctor, you know how to manage stress and other stuff, but still, did it override you?
Oh, I think anybody would be nervous in that situation. It's not what your professional qualification is. Like those 30 minutes are going to decide your future, and obviously there is a chance that a lot of subjectivity how you perform in those 30 minutes, and how much ever you have prepared in the past 3-4 months over the 4 years comes down to these 30 minutes. So it's a very high stakes game, and so anybody will be nervous, and I think it's okay to be nervous.
Definitely, it's okay to be nervous because that's very organic
Again, yes.
tendency of the body. You're talking about your what sort of questions did the board ask you?
The questions were very different from what those were asked in the mocks. They were very diverse. Firstly, the board was very cordial. They never make you feel it's an interview. They have a very poker face, but they make you feel comfortable at the same time. The questions were very diverse, including agriculture, economy, my home state of Maharashtra, and the recent current affairs were also included in the question, and also my graduation field of medicine.
Did the board ask you any tricky questions like you took some time to process and then answer?
I think all the questions were tricky in that your response is tricky. If you bluff, or if you even make a mistake of a single word which becomes extreme, you'll be in a mess. So I think every question is a tricky question and should be handled as such, and not a specific question.
Since you must have given a lot of mock interviews, how different is the real interview from the mock interview?
It's very different. The mock interview is like I would say, it's a proper interview where they ask you questions and you're supposed to answer rightly. There is always a right answer. While in the interview, these are very subjective opinions which are asked, and more than answer, your conviction, your confidence, and your balance of judgment matters rather than a right or a wrong answer.
Now let's dive into your mode of preparation. What is your mode of preparation? Did you go for coaching, self-study, or mentorship?
In my previous three attempts, I studied by myself completely with no coaching. But I did use test series from different institutes, though. But in this attempt, I did take mentorship and coaching, which did help me qualify mains this year, which I lacked in the previous two attempts.
What is the role of technology, disruptive technology, ChatGPT, AI in this exam? Did you took out of these gadgets?
Not at all. I did stay away from this because I think the chat GPT and other AI models are not yet mature enough to give you the right answers, because I've recently seen some of the comments from my friends where chat GPT answers were used by them in their mock interviews, and they were bashed for those answers because of the inaccuracies. So I would say a better research by yourself through the scrolling through the news articles, or the any references would be a better option as of now.
What's the role of static in the prelims? And when we talk about the prelims, CSAT is said to be one of the most dicey, unpredictable elements of this whole exam. So what was your strategy for the prelims, and how did you tackle CSAT?
Yes, regarding CSAT, I would say though it is tricky and there is a risk, I would say you should disperse the risk, because usually the pattern is one particular segment, like be it reasoning or comprehension or number system, the whole section is tricky. So a good approach will be to diversify, to disperse the risk and prepare everything, at a basic level, rather than so that you can solve the basic questions of any sort, rather than solving the basic and the tough ones of a particular section. So that would be my suggestion to the aspirants.
How about your main preparation? What was your strategy for the main? Given the fact that it's a back-to-back 5 days exam,
Yes.
you're sitting in the examination house for 6 hours, like 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon session, forenoon session.
Yes.
So what was your strategy, and given the amount of the pressure that comes with an exam, what was your strategy for the main?
So I think for mains, you have only two weapons which are going to help you throughout. One is your notes, which should be crisp, comprehensive. Like one notebook should cover everything regarding that subject, and you should keep on revising them once you're done with prelims. Maximum times, like I revised my notes 7 to 8 times before this year's mains. So, and the second thing is your mental strength and conviction and determination, which is indeed needed to sit for 5 days day, like from 9 a.m to 5 p.m. It takes a lot of mental and physical strength to do that. So you should practice more and more means mocks, test series, so that you bleed sweat more during your preparation, so that you bleed less during the war.
So the real battle comes with a lot of challenges.
Sure.
So you got to prepare for this beforehand.
Yeah, sure.
I would like to know that since you talked about the physical exertion that this exam brings with it, as a doctor, you are a doctor, take us with some of the issues that the aspirant face during this preparation.
Yes. So the most important thing, the most like what I've seen is a lot of mental pressure and anxiety signs. Many of my friends used to panic just the day before exam. They were not sure if they're prepared enough. They are lacking something. And secondly, even many of them were facing headaches or acidity, which is very common in aspirants, with a lot of tea consumption, very common. So I would say eat healthy, be eat healthy, mostly home prepared food or some healthy food, and also take care of your mental health, and stay away from negative people, which is very important during that phase.
Since you're a doctor and you know how to handle the mental health and other issues, you had a backup plan that you could fall back upon your second option. Do you think that the aspirant should have plan B?
Surely in this exam, given how tricky it is, and even you can be the best of the mind in this world, but there is no guarantee that you will crack this exam, because it takes much more than your knowledge. It takes grit, it takes physical hard work, it takes years, like it takes at least 2 years to crack this exam. So there should be a plan B, and it should not be like cracking this exam is your ultimate aim and you're worthless if you don't clear it. You did your best, that's what you had in your hands. So always have a plan B, so that you can go there if you don't clear it, but don't be sad that you couldn't make it. You did give your best, which is more important than passing or failing. I would give one message, that winning is not everything in life, but the will to win will be the most important thing.
Absolutely true. Since we have been through all the three stages, preliminary, mains, and interview, what according to you is the most unpredictable stage of this examination?
I think the whole journey is unpredictable. So even the prelims is unpredictable. I scored very well in my first attempt, flunked CSAT in my second attempt, beat mains. I scored decent marks in my first attempt in the essay paper, and just scored one of the lowest marks I've heard from somebody in my second attempt after practicing so much. So there is no guarantee of